Hello, this is Crystal Racing with the live qualifying. Just so you know, I'm going to make some predictions on who's going to get eliminated in one. Colapinto, fraud. Lawson, fraud. Lance Stroll, Daddy's boy. And the two horses, because Ocon and Bearman have a slow car. Having said that, Haas are currently seeing first and second, and Colapinto's third. But Hulkenberg has gone fastest. Yeah, obviously, I think Bearman, Ocon, Colapinto, all aware they're in trouble if they get a move on. Pent wide, they've set a lap time so soon. Lawson, oh days, 4 seconds off the pace already. He needs to get a move on. Bottas to go second quickest along as a teammate. Hello, I hope you're doing well. Thank you for 2 likes. And just so you know, last season's pole lap by Charles Leclerc was a 1 minute 10.127. Public enemy number 1 will most likely be eliminated, yes. Liam Lawson, you are on fraud watch, as of course, British tie driver Alex Albon tops the timesheet with a 1 minute 13.15. That's more like it. My goodness me, Lawson is struggling like a pig. Leclerc, the hometown hero, goes fastest. Already getting to the 1 minute 13.1s with the lead Ferrari driver, was Hamilton goes only 6th fastest. But of course, it's only Q1, so no need to panic unless you are in 15th place. Oh, yeah, a certain someone has gone fastest. Oh, it looks like he's desperate to prove a point again. That'll probably last for like 5 minutes. Antonelli goes second quickest for Mercedes. Having said that, I don't think 1 minute 12.9 is going to be enough to get into Q2 at this rate, because of course, with mechanical grip and tyre and track evolution, probably the most consequential at this circuit, more than any other, and with qualifying meaning a whole lot more than any other track. Yeah, Lawson needs to do at least another 2 or 3 flying laps if he wants to have any chance of making it to Q2. And the drop zone, it's sorry. Oh, times are dropping. Okay, Tsunoda. Well, he's not done a quick lap. Stroll goes quickest. Bearman goes second. Tsunoda goes 4th fastest. Why was Alonso raging? I don't know. He probably. Oh yeah, because I think he could. Oh yeah, he collided with Leclerc, didn't he? Hello, Kiefer. I hope you're doing well. Hello, Jess. I hope you are getting supervised, because occasionally me and my users might use bad language on occasions, but not often, because I like to keep it family friendly. Norris goes fastest. Piastri goes, wow, a 12.44. Impressive lap time by the Aussie. Blimey, he's absolutely smashed Norris right there with his first flying lap. Incredibly quick. He's coming of age, Oscar. And Alpine pips Norris for second. Oh dear, it's getting bad for Norris out here. It's getting rough for Lando. Toxic Fred is back just like Imola. Oh yeah, I think he's probably complaining about something, but the drop zone has got Colapinto, Bortoletto. Looks like Hamilton, Russell, and Verstappen haven't completed a proper lap yet. Leclerc goes quickest with an even better lap of 1 minute 12.1. Hamilton goes second quickest. Ferrari are looking phenomenally quick this weekend, folks. Looking so much better than they have done for most races. Okay, well, yeah, Piastri goes third fastest for McLaren. Gotta say, Ferrari honestly could take a shock victory this weekend. Honestly, because Leclerc does have a great track record in qualifying around this track, but he doesn't seem to know how to convert race wins here, from what I know, because I'm trying to remember. Who won the race, was it? Verstappen goes quickest. My goodness me, Verstappen is just one hell of a driver, isn't he? Third is Alonso. Alonso desperate to really reassert his authority on the sport again. Just so you know, he's approaching his 44th birthday. Tsunoda 16th. Dear me, not good by the sister Red Bull. Both Saubers in the drop zone. Colapinto, Antonelli struggling. Well, I would rather compare Piastri to Jenson Bond, to be honest. Did it start? Yes, it has started. We have only got less than 9 minutes of Q2 to go with Max, Leclerc, and Alonso, your top three. Hamilton fourth, Bearman fifth. Bearman, phenomenally quick so far. Tsunoda in sixth. Well, Norris goes fastest. Oh, 11.6 there by the by McLaren's number 4 driver. Yeah. Oh yeah, of course, Bearman does get a 10-place grid penalty, so for all you wondering, and of course Stroll gets a 1-place grid penalty for him damaging Leclerc's front wing in qualifying. I think Leclerc will get pole position when we get to Q3, by the way. Piastri goes to second, unsurprisingly, but of course, McLaren, as per usual, are looking ridiculously quick, so everyone's work is cut out yet again. Although this is looking like Ferrari's better tracks this season. Having said that, Williams are despite the fact that they're not known for doing well at slow speed, high downforce tracks, are looking competitive right around Monaco. The Bob 5, Hadjar, oh dear. Colapinto, Gasly, oh my lord. Stroll's obviously down there. Hulkenberg's down there. Oh dear. Gasly and Colapinto in trouble. Both RBs down there. Ocon, 13th. Bearman will start at the back anyway because of his 10-place grid penalty. 10 people watching, 2 likes here at Crystal Racing. I hope you're having a great afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world. We welcome everyone of all races, genders, you know what, and his channel, but yeah, but I don't think it's so much that Alonso hates Hamilton as a person. I think it's more just the fact that okay, fair enough, but look, I think it's more the fact that Hamilton absolutely gave Alonso a massive wake-up call in 2007 and made Alonso realise he wasn't as good as he thought he was. Because, you know, he beat Kimi in 2005 thanks to having a more reliable car, and likewise in 2006. But I will say in 2006, Alonso made fewer mistakes and was genuinely driving a lot quicker than he'd ever done in his career up to that point. Norris, Leclerc goes second quickest, Max fourth between the two for McLaren's in the drop zone. Most crucially, the 2 RBs are Lawson and Hadjar, and the 2 Alpines are Colapinto and Gasly, and Hulkenberg are heading for the exit door in Q1, qualifying 1. So, and as it stands, there is only less than 6 minutes remaining of qualifying. Russell goes third. Russell third. Great lap by the Mercedes lead driver. Antonelli's struggling, to be honest, around here. Lack of experience hindering the 18-year-old Italian rookie. Oh, yeah, that's the Alonso PR machine. Sounding off again. What's Lawson done now? I'm trying to look at a track map. Sorry, I'm... Lawson, wait. Is Lawson in the pits? I don't know, what is he doing? You can see everyone else's cars out there except for his. Hadjar's on the track. Lawson's. Is he emerging from the pit lane? It looks like he's coming out. I don't know what's happened. 1 minute 11.4 for Piastri. Already getting quite close to last year's full time already, over 10.27 for Charles Leclerc. So yeah, your bottom 5 remains Lawson, Hadjar, Stroll. Looks like Hulkenberg's done a great lap to get himself out of the bottom 5. Up to 6th. Up to 6th for Hulkenberg. Oh my god, yeah, dude. Alonso doesn't give a toss about other drivers' bad luck. He only cares about himself. Like, let's not dig a mountain out of a molehill. I don't think it's so much 2010 that Alonso gets salty after. I think it's more 2012 when he got nerfed out of the race because Grosjean and Hamilton collided and both of them had nowhere to go but into the back of Alonso. And of course, when he collided with Kimi Räikkönen at Suzuka a couple of races later, so that ruined his title hopes back then. And the fact that I think it's more because there's like always loads of statistical model maps that show that Alonso's consistency and his ability to score points in slower cars is better than pretty much almost every driver on the grid. Like the only driver he's ever been like beaten by those sort of metrics has probably been Michael Schumacher and Max Verstappen. But we all know you need a quick car to win an F1, no matter how good you are. Leclerc goes quickest, last year's pole sitter, with a 11.229, less than a second slower than his pole lap from last season, with only less than 3 minutes to go, folks. The bottom 5. Oh, Alonso's in the bottom 5, folks. Oh my goodness me, he's in trouble. Bearman, he's going to start at the back anyway with his grid penalty. Doesn't matter. Oh, Bottas has joined the drop zone. So that's Gasly up to 13th. But he's. Oh my. Gasly's not. Oh my god, he's only less than a 10th. He's only 600. Less than 600. Out of the drop zone, but ahead of the drop zone, by the way. I mean, of course, you need luck to win a championship in F1, but honest to God, like, even though Alonso got close during 2010 and 12, he still lost the championship by like 5 or 6 points or whatever it was. I don't care, mate. I'm not an Alonso fan. And, you know, obviously there were also problems like blowing his engine at Malaysia in 2010 and, of course, spinning out and crashing at Belgium. So, and to be honest, the only reason why he had a chance of winning 2010 was because Vettel had even more bad luck with mechanical issues that season. So, I mean, you've got to be able to choose the right team to be able to win races in F1, to be honest. Like, if Hulkenberg had been driving a top car, he would probably have at least a few wins and podiums. But of course, because he's never driven for a top team in F1, he has 0 in either statistic. 0 wins and 0 podiums. Look at how quick Albert is. 4 attempts behind Leclerc in a Williams. And this is probably this is going to be the weakest track on the calendar for Williams because of their historical preference for low downforce, low drag tracks. Like Monza, Montreal, Silverstone, Spa, you name it. Anywhere with like loads of long straights, Williams will come God. But here, well, this is one hell of a performance by the team. Oh yeah, the same reversal card that also has played out against Daniel Ricciardo and Jacques Villeneuve. You know, when Villeneuve left Williams 3 years later, they were winning races again in 2001 with Ralf Schumacher and Montoya. Villeneuve leaves BAL Honda. they go and score 10 podiums with Button and Sato in 2004. And then, of course, 6 years later, they became world champions when became Brawn. And then Jack Villeneuve leads Sauber. They go and win a race with Kubica 2 years later in 2008. And, of course, the same can be said for Ricciardo. Okay, Alpine haven't done... Okay, Alpine won a race with Ocon, but that was a fluke. But McLaren have just won a Constructors' title without him. So, yeah... Not my problem. Not my problem. At least Kimi Räikkönen didn't disgrace himself like that. That's all I can say. Oh, sorry. And the checkered flag is out. Let's see the bomb 5. Bortoletto. Bearman's going out anyway. Colapinto. Oh, dear. Colapinto and Gasly are out. Folks. Colapinto and Gasly are done. Stroll's gone, obviously. I knew Stroll would go. So that's 3 out of my 5 predicted dropouts that were correct. That was Colapinto, Stroll, and Bearman, but Bearman had a penalty, so that was always a no-brainer. Bortoletto and Gasly have disappointed me. I mean, at least Gasly's 6 tenths quicker than Colapinto, but my God, Alpine is horribly slow. Monstrously slow, I may say. Yeah. Well, there's a bunch of yellow flags with Antonelli stopped out on track, mind you. Well, I mean, the session was always going to stop anyway, but Antonelli, Kimi Antonelli has stopped out on track, and he got through as, 15th. So, goodness me, he's had a difficult weekend, hasn't he? Yep, Colapinto fans are in the board. Looks like Colapinto has probably only got like 4 races to save his F1 career before Mick Schumacher or Jack Doe would probably come back in. Oh yeah, Perez crashed at the Nouvelle Chicane in 2011. And of course, Jenson Button crashed there in 2003. Of course, Button and Perez had to withdraw from the 2003 and 11 races because they picked up a concussion and a bit, of course, some neck and back spasms because of the impact of the crash at Nouvelle Chicane. Like, crashing at the Nouvelle Chicane, coming out of this tunnel when you're doing like at least 180 miles an hour is one of the worst places to crash in F1. It's horrible. Like, there's not much runoff. Like, even though they tried to increase the runoff area because of what speeds the cars are doing coming out of the tunnel, going into Nouvelle Chicane, it's still a nasty impact. Oh, yeah, I remember that crash between Button and Pascal Wehrlein. That was pretty amateur, to say the least. And to be fair, it was the only interesting thing that happened in the race because I would rather not remember what happened during the pit stops. Let's not talk about what Ferrari did. But yeah, Leclerc, the 2 McLarens come next. Verstappen, Russell in your top 5, and the bottom 5, the 5 guys that will not compete in Q2 follows Gabriel Bortoletto of Brazil for Sauber, Oliver Bearman of Britain for Haas, Pierre Gasly of France for Alpine, Lance Stroll of Canada for Aston Martin, and Franco Colapinto of Argentina for Alpine. My goodness me, Stroll and Colapinto absolutely disgustingly slow. Disgustingly slow. Just, my God, Colapinto's in big trouble, by the way. As for Williams, well, Williams have shown some seriously good pace. Alonso doing a good job once again, and of course at a track like Monaco, this should be a great chance for Alonso to finally get his first points of the season, as long as he doesn't get caught up in any accidents in the race. Tsunoda 10th, still struggling to get close to Max. Almost 4 tenths slower than his teammate. Hadjar, Lawson found some pace. My God, Lawson finally looks a bit better for once. Ocon makes it to Q2 along with Hulkenberg and Antonelli. I don't know. I don't think Antonelli will compete in Q2, to be honest, after crashing out at the Nouvelle Chicane. Thank you for 2 people liking the video here at Crystal Racing. If this is your first time watching the channel, please like, subscribe. All the support is welcome. Get powered car, Alpine. My goodness me, please, Gasly, get on your phone to your agent and please start talking to other teams. I can't take another bit of this. I just can't. Especially if, Carlos Sainz replaces Lando Norris at McLaren next season. There's a spare seat at Williams available, Pierre. Go for it. Go and become Alex Albon's teammate. What a team Williams will have if they get Gasly and Albon together next season. I know some people will probably call them the Red Bull reject squad, but Williams have got a quick car. Dude, Alpine are finished out here. The only reason why they brought Flavio Briatore back is to try and, raise the market value of the team and sell the team on for profit. Dude, Alpine are finished in F1. It's Man United as an elite football club. They're finished. They can sod off all I care. Yeah, but the thing is, though, I don't know. Well, Norris has a contract until 2028, but, I'm a Pierre Gasly fan, so obviously I want the best for him, but, dude, if he can't get out to Alpine, I think his career will be, he'll probably end up finishing his career off in 1 or 2 years' time, and he'll probably just walk off to sports cars or Indy cars if he can't find a decent seat elsewhere. No, I think I said that I wanted Kimi Räikkönen to drive for Red Bull in 2019, not Pierre Gasly, mate. Not Pierre Gasly, because I knew Gasly wouldn't be ready at the time. And I knew Gasly would get absolutely destroyed by Max, to be honest. I just knew it. Heck, there's even a video of, Kimi Räikkönen, fighting, going wheel to wheel with, Kimi at the 2019 Austrian Grand Prix. To be fair, yeah, Alpine will have Mercedes engines, so yeah, there might be a chance of recovery next season, but they still need to design a strong chassis to back it up, so I'm not feeling confident. After sacking Ollie Oaks their, I don't know, 8th different manager in a decade, it's really worrying, man. I really don't feel confident. And now that obviously Esteban Ocon has left the team, all the car development goes through Gasly alone. So, honestly, I would rather have Mick Schumacher come and join the team. I know Mick Schumacher is a crash merchant, but Gasly needs help. Oh, wait. Oh yeah, but Valtteri Bottas got absolutely murdered at the 2018 Hungarian Grand Prix. He got overtook by both Ferraris, and then he got shoved, and then he collided with Ricciardo towards the end of the race, and he got a 10-second penalty and finished 5th. He finished 5th in that Mercedes. God, when Bottas was bad, my goodness me, he could be seriously poor, really poor. Wait. Will Alpine be allocated a performance token next season? You never know, if you finish really low down in the constructors this season, obviously you get more development time in the tunnel, more budget for 2026, so, for all we know, Alpine could be deliberately tanking this season in order to get themselves a head start for next season. Oh yeah, Bottas spun 6 times in Istanbul. I could remember that commentary. Not a commentary, the reaction video I did post race where I said Bottas spun more times than Miley Cyrus on a wrecking ball, and Regara just absolutely lost it in the comments. And I'm just like, what is this performance? This is like a Razzie Award standard of performance. Like, in the acting world, how you have like the BAFTAs and the Oscars. Like, I mean, there's also awards for the worst actors and actresses called the Razzies. Yeah, Bottas deserved an F1 equivalent of a Razzie for that performance. Like, the fact I gave him like a 3 out of 10 for that performance, I think I was being a bit too generous. Like, I should have given him a 0. Mazepin, yeah, enough said. I don't even need to comment. Even worse than Lance Stroll, De Vries, and Latifi put together, that lad. Oh, right, so you're talking, what was it, 2021, when, of course, they grandfathered the 2020 cars for the next season because of obviously the pandemic causing all sorts of issues in the real world and in the racing world, of course. Q2 has started, everyone. Q2 has began with Bottas, Bearman, Gasly, Stroll, Colapinto out, and I don't think Antonelli will compete because of the damage he incurred in Q1 at the end of the session, which brought out a late red flag. 14 minutes and 17 seconds to go. Thank you for 3 likes, everyone, here at Crystal Racing. I hope you're doing well. I apologize if I'm shouting a bit. What's the cause? Waiting for to leave the pit lane. Hulkenberg is the first car out. Albon and Sainz are following him. Williams are on medium tyres, everyone. Medium tyres for Williams, by the way. That's a strange development if I've ever seen one. Interesting strategy there by the boys from Banbury in Oxfordshire. Mind you, I think, Leclerc was already less than a second slower than his pole lap last season in 2024. We did a 1 minute 10.27. Just so you know, the track is cleared. There is no rain. We've got a bit of sun out on the track. Yeah, temperature is 21 degrees. The track is 40 degrees Celsius. And very, very slow wind speeds of just 2.5 kilometers per hour. Should be optimal conditions for everyone out there on the track. Of course, if Lance Stroll was competing, he'd probably prefer it to be wet. But of course, he's not, because, yeah, his qualifying speed is non-existent. Hulkenberg, Alpine have already started their flying laps. Sainz is coming onto the start-finish line to begin his first lap. Just so you know, everyone are doing push laps, which is why you're seeing a bunch of 1 minute 34s to come up with your timing screen.
Verstappen pushing behind 3 seconds. Sorry, slowing down behind. Job yours. And you said he was slowing down. It's when.
Oh, right, Latifi got beat by a Haas. Oh, yeah, he got beat by Mick Schumacher and the Haas quite a few times in the first half of 21, didn't he? Apparently, there was an incident where Hamilton and Verstappen were blocking each other. Oh, dear. And let's just hear the Kimi Antonelli radio.
Okay, mate, you okay?
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry about you, okay there?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Good to know Kimi Antonelli is safe and well, but of course he will not be competing in Q2. Now we've got more lap times. Yes, Norris first to go under to dip underneath the 1 minute 11s. Lawson knocking fast. Oh my God, Lawson is responding to the criticism at long last. Alpine goes third, fast 5. Of course, Anthony won't compete. I think there's still quite a few cars yet to complete a flying lap yet. Norris already setting a decent banker. Mazepin got the fastest lap, but of course they refused to give him a point because obviously it was done under safety car conditions. I don't know whether he deliberately bogged down on his formations lap so that he could build a gap between himself and the rest of the field so he could pinch that fastest lap, you know. Great minds think alike in F1. They all think alike. Norris, Verstappen, Leclerc, your top 3. Albon 4th, Lawson and Hadjar. What the hell's... My God, his RB track lost this circuit. I don't know what to say. Ocon, pretty much... yeah, Ocon's going to struggle, isn't he? Russell's got power issues. Okay. Let's just see. Oh, yeah, Russell stopped. Russell has stopped in the tunnel, everyone. Russell, I think he's out qualifying. That's going to be 14th and 15th place start for the boys in silver. The Silver Arrows will start 14th and 15th. Problems again for Mercedes. Back-to-back qualifying sessions. And there's a red flag. There's a red flag. Session has paused at 10 minutes 08. Everyone will have to return to the pits under red flags. And everyone's asking, did Russell stop in a tunnel? Yes, he did, Lewis Hamilton. Yes, that is Russell's Mercedes stricken on the track. So, just so you know, the session has paused. Russell is out qualifying, along with his teammate Antonelli. Bottas, Bearman, Gasly, Stroll, Colapinto will not compete any further in Q2. There's only 13 cars left in Q2. How is the McLaren batch Mercedes engines more reliable? I'd be careful you say that, because you might be on the verge of committing a commentator's curse by saying that. I think a lot of Mercedes-powered teams like, you know, at McLaren, Williams, and Aston Martin are going to be very worried with the factory Mercedes having issues with both Russell and Antonelli dropping out like this and qualifying down in 14th and 15th. I don't think Mercedes are going to score a point this weekend. And they are second in the Constructors' title. So this is... Total Wolff is going to be having words with his engine and mechanics this weekend. Well, let's pray for the best then. Let's pray for the best. But as it stands, Norris is provisionally quickest, and I don't think he's going to have to do it. I think I'd be very surprised if you get eliminated with a lap that's under a 1 minute 11, to be honest, in Q2. I'd be very surprised if... I think Norris is safe already for Q3. I mean, Will F1 went into Chaz HD's chat saying, "Oh, Norris is going to fail to make it to Q3." I'm like, come on, man. Like, yes, Norris has struggled a lot in the last 18 months, but come on, he's not that bad. Like, let's get real. He is not getting eliminated in Q2. Let's get off that. Let's calm down on the haterade, okay? Let's stop drinking that haterade, okay? So that is both Mercedes cars stuck on track. And this is going to be a lengthy red flag because, I mean, with a car broken down in the tunnel, like, they've got quite about, I don't know, 300, 400 meters to roll the car down the tunnel and then park it up somewhere. Probably like 600 meters if we're going to be honest. So, yeah, I think we're going to have to wait to see what happens next, I'm afraid. And I think we're going to have to wait like 15 odd minutes for the session to restart. And from what I've heard, yeah, what was it? The EFL Championship playoff final is happening today. I think we're going to have to look at that. Haterade Hawaiian Punch flavour. Yep, that's Will F1's favourite flavour of Haterade. He loves to hate drivers, doesn't he? Like, he really does. Like, Will, if you're watching, Will, I hope you're doing well, but my God, that was such a ridiculous thing to say, I'm afraid. To say that Norris is getting a limit in Q2, that is just ridiculous. I think you need to chill out, to be honest. Because as it stands, Norris is the quickest guy in Q2 so far, ahead of championship rival Max Verstappen and home hero Charles Leclerc. Of course, his teammate is yet to complete a proper lap, so we don't know. But come on, let's be sensible here. Let's be sensible. And Sheffield United lead 1-0 against Sunderland, as of course we will decide who will be the 20th and final team in next season's Premier League campaign of 25 to 26. Will's hatred with Norris is similar to Kieran Smith's obsession with Kimi Raikkonen. Yeah, it's getting a bit. It does scream of. Like, I know Will's admitted to being on a spectrum, so it's not really a surprise. But I don't know. You never know with Kieran Smith, do you? Mind you, I mean, I have to say, there is quite a peculiarly high number of F1 fans who have admitted to being on the spectrum. So it just seems to be one of those things that this sort of sport just attracts a certain type of character. 3 likes, 6 people watching. Hello, I hope you're enjoying yourself here at Crystal Racing. If you're new here, please do all the usual stuff that other channels plead for. But I'm not going to keep repeating myself because I'm here to interact with my viewers. Medium tyres for Leclerc and Alpine. That's interesting. I mean, by the way, I did realise that Pascal Wehrlein is the last driver to make the move from German DTM, German touring cars to move to F1 directly. I mean, the last driver to do that before him was, of course, Paul di Resta back in, 2011. I think Paul di Resta dominated German touring cars in the late 2000s for Mercedes. I mean, Mercedes used to absolutely boss the German DTM series. Of course, Lucas Auer won the first race at DTM this weekend at the Ring. I apologise that I didn't do a live stream, but to be honest, this is the Indy 500 weekend, Indy 500 race weekend. I don't really care about, to be honest, I'm struggling to actually care about this F1 Monaco Grand Prix weekend that much either, because I'm waiting for Sunday night. I'm waiting for the big 500. I'm waiting to see those cars fly out on the track. There really is nothing like the Indy 500. It really is a proper spectacle. And it looks like we're going to have to wait 2 minutes for qualifying to restart, everyone. Wehrlein is second in Formula E. Yes, of course. I will say, I don't think there's ever been a direct move from being a 4-time Formula E driver in Formula 1, except for maybe Nick de Vries. I think that's the only name I can think of who made the move from Formula E to Formula 1. And he filmed spectacularly. I know Pierre Gasly did a Formula E race before he came to F1 back, like, I think he did it, like, was it 2016, 17? I couldn't remember. He finished 4th in Miami and then crashed on the finish line. I think the amount of praise Leclerc got for beating Vettel was way too excessive. Like, Vettel was absolutely washed up by 2020, to be honest. Like, I'm sorry, like, I know Leclerc's done all right this season, but I'm sorry, but why did he shove Gasly and Albon off the road like that, Miller? It was just too aggressive. I have to say Leclerc's racecraft is quite questionable considering how long he's been in F1 for now. Yeah, I agree with you, Kiefer. And Hamilton, I mean, look, Hamilton's passed his best as well, so it's not like, you know, he's beating, like, prime Hamilton now, are we? Although, funnily enough, that was the same sort of criticism Vettel used to get a decade ago when Hamilton publicly said that Vettel only looked good against an old Webber and an old Kimi. So, in a sense, he was absolutely right. And, of course, he had that bad season against Daniel Ricciardo in 2014. Less than 30 seconds. Oh, well, okay, my other screen says qualifying's going to restart, but qualifying has actually restarted on the F1 channel. So we will restart in a few. Yeah, we have restarted. What am I talking about? If all the cars are going to join the track, I presume there's going to be a lot of pressure on them. Well, Hamilton, Sainz, Ocon, Tsunoda, and Piastri to get a move on. Piastri will probably get into Q3 easily, but as for Hamilton, Sainz, Ocon, Tsunoda, and probably quite likely Hulkenberg, I don't know what's going to happen. How can Hamilton really be the GOAT, to be honest? Like, he lost out to Rosberg, Button, and Russell. Like, that's not GOAT material. Like, yeah, he's potential top 5 all-time greatest material, but not outright number 1, number 2 greatest driver of all time. Like, sorry, mate. Like, Prost, Fangio had better stats than that. And then, of course, someone like Michael Schumacher only lost out to, what was his name? Nico Rosberg. And, of course, Schumacher was in his 40s by then. So, oh, what's happened there? Someone's had their message hidden. Looks like someone is very angry in the chat. I hope you calm down. Oh my god, yeah, we all know the NH44 fan base are a bit nut in the head. Some of them desperately in need of seeing a therapist at some point. Crazy weirdo fans who, mind you, at the 2021 FIA award ceremony, there were like a dozen Hamilton fans who came out protesting in front what's it, outside the outside the car park for the award ceremony in Paris. Oh my god, I'm just sitting there thinking, go and get a job. Like, what are you doing? Like, there's nothing you can do by protesting. It's only, for God's sake, it's not like you're supporting a football team, is it now? I mean, those Hamilton fans need to realise I was feeling the world of pain when Kimi Räikkönen lost back in 2003 and 05. Heck, of course, I was feeling pretty bad in 2008. Oh yeah, Penske. Yes, how can I forget Penske? Have been sent to the row 11. Newgarden and Will Power will start 32nd and 33rd for the Indy 500 tomorrow. Oh dear, Roger Penske, you have absolutely poked yourself there. You have snookered yourself. Leclerc goes quickest. Wow, what a lap. 10.6. I apologise, I was not focused on the qualifying order. 10.6. Just over 3 times slower than his pole lap last season. Hamilton, look at that. What did I say about Ferrari being quick this weekend? They just have so much speed for some reason. Oh yeah, Piastri's gone up to 4th. God, this looks a bit like Noah's Ark now. Ferrari front row, McLaren second row, and then Albert's taken 5th. RB 4th row. I mean, exactly, Kiefer. That's what I'm saying. I know Hamilton fans say they could have been a 10-time champion by now because of what happened in 07 and 2010 as well, but oh, God, just get a life, will you? You know, I mean, Schumacher could have been a champion in 97, 98 had he not been an idiot in a ref and had his tyres not exploded at Suzuka. And of course, what happened in 2006 when his car broke down in Japan and of course broke down in Brazil qualifying. Prost could have been an 8-time champion. You know, all this bad look at Renault and McLaren, and of course the dodgy point scoring system in 1988, which awarded points according to the best 11 results only in a year where Prost easily outscored Senna, but because Senna won more races, Senna became the world champion. Oh, Norris goes quickest by just 100th of a second. I wonder if Norris can hold his nerve for Q3 because, you know, his consistency and his mentality, as we have all said, has been a problem. He's got the speed, but does he have the concentration, the mentality, the self-belief, and the decision-making skills to max up to profit, to capitalize upon his prodigious talent? Verstappen 6th. Yeah, Verstappen's not going to get on the podium this weekend, is he? Alonso, so ridiculously quick at the age of nearly 44. What the... Like, that guy is... I want to know what type of elixir Alonso has been given to be this quick at this age. He must be like one of those people who secretly drinks blood in his free time. Ocon, unsurprisingly, heading for the exit door. Hulkenberg, yeah, I mean, I knew Hulkenberg would probably end up getting knocked out too. Hadjar, Tsunoda, Lawson fighting for the last 3 places. I think it's going to come, one of those 4 are going to get knocked out, isn't it? Sainz, Lawson, Tsunoda, and Hadjar. The second Red Bull, the 2 RBs, and of course the second Williams. Sainz has struggled so much in qualifying this season. Just doesn't seem to get a grip on that Williams. We've got just over 3 minutes to go. Oh, right, Alonso is a vegetarian. I never knew that. I knew Hamilton is a vegan. I knew that, but I never knew Alonso became vegetarian. Like, I don't even know, like... Interesting. I suppose you learn something new every day. I know Vettel tried to become a vegetarian like 10 years ago, but he gave up on it because, I mean, it just, well, it's just not, well... I mean, his body actually needs meat to function, surprisingly enough. Oh, right, gave up on meat last year. Okay, fair enough. Okay, I mean, does he still consume milk and eggs, though? Because if he doesn't, then he's actually fully vegan. I would not... I don't know whether I could cope being vegan, to be honest. Sorry, I just couldn't. Fair enough. I mean, I know Roman Grosjean actually came out and publicly criticised Lewis Hamilton's vegan lifestyle, saying that he doesn't know how on earth Hamilton gets the nutrition required to be a racing driver. Verstappen takes 3rd place. Piastri down to 5th, but of course this is Q2, so it doesn't matter. The drivers on the bubble, though, are Sainz, Lawson, and Tsunoda. And Hadjar looks like he could be getting out-qualified by Lawson and eliminated in Q2. We've got 90 seconds remaining, less than that actually. So, medium compound. He's using once again. Aston Martin are capitalizing on medium tyres again. Unbelievable. Like Aston Martin just seems to work so much better on harder compounded tyres, weirdly enough. I think maybe, obviously, when it comes to the soft compounds, I think the Aston Martin has horrible tyre degradation, but yeah, Hadjar needs to get a move on. Let's look at all the cars on track. Sainz is slowing down for some reason, coming out the chicane. Albon is on a flying lap. Hadjar and Lawson are moving a bit slowly towards the Rastas. I mean, Albon's approaching them. Is that, I mean, oh wow, did that ruin Albon's lap? We've got 30 seconds to go, less than that actually, but Lawson, Hadjar, Albon rolling the dice for one more final time. Hadjar needs to go faster or else he will be gone. Sainz is also getting a move on, and of course, where's Tsunoda? Oh yeah, Tsunoda's doing a lap now. So I'm looking at 4 cars. Lawson, Ocon's got in the top 10. Where the hell did that come from? Wow. Oh, he's thrown a wrench in there. He's thrown a real wrench in the mix there. Ocon, Albon goes third quickest. Hadjar goes 7th quickest. Impressive lap there by the French Algerian. Lawson goes 9th quickest. Oh my god, Sainz and Tsunoda are now are going to get eliminated. What can they do? I'm just going to see on my own screen because I am 30 seconds behind, but I mean, unless that doesn't change in the next 2 seconds, I think they're actually out, aren't they? They are out. Yeah, Sainz and Tsunoda are out of Q3. They are out of the session, along with Hulkenberg and the 2 Mercedes. Ocon, that's right, folks. Esteban Ocon has made it to Q3. Are you kidding? And Lawson, who I predicted would be eliminated in Q1, has made it up to Q3. That RB is looking quick around the Principality. Well, that's a disaster for Tsunoda, who once again gets horribly out-qualified by Verstappen and is out in Q2. And he was over half a second slower than Verstappen, whilst Carlos Sainz was out-qualified by 0.6 of a second from what I see. Even worse for Sainz, because Alpine was third quickest. Oh my word, oh my word, Carlos Sainz. We need to have a conversation on Carlos Sainz. That guy is looking quite overrated, to be honest. Yeah, see, yeah, I'm well aware of Albon having an advantage of team and car knowledge. But of course, say Sainz is looking a bit second rate compared to Albon, to be honest. Like, to be out qualified by 0.6 of a second is an insane amount of time to give away. Like, he's been out qualified by a bigger margin than Tsunoda has been out qualified by Verstappen. Like, at least Tsunoda has got within 0.6 of max. Sainz is over 0.6 slower than Albon. That's far worse, considering that expectations for Carlos is a lot higher than it is for Yuki. And truth be told, Williams actually looked like they got a big car around here in Red Bull. So, oh no, I think Sainz and Tsunoda could be looking at catering jobs at Manchester United very soon if they're not careful. Just so you know, Kiefer, if you didn't know, Man United lost the Europa League final to Tottenham on Wednesday night in one of the most embarrassing defeats I've ever seen. It's not so much they lost by a bad scoreline. It was only a 1-0 loss, but Man United had 74% possession. Hello there, say Regora. I hope you are doing well this afternoon. Yes, but yes, Mercedes 14th and 15th. A disaster. Mercedes looking a bit like the Ineos Jim Radcliffe's football team at Manchester United right now. Very funny, very interesting to think that whatever Jim Radcliffe gets his claws upon. Yeah, but Arsenal, okay, Arsenal haven't won a trophy this season, but Arsenal have finished second, and they did in the Premier League, and they will be in the Champions League, so, the Mercedes, oh yeah, Mercedes are looking a bit like Man United right now, just, okay, I mean, they're second in the Constructors' standing, so it's just a bad weekend, but I am making a comparison because, of course, Ineos CEO Jim Radcliffe is involved with both Mercedes and Manchester United now. So talk about curse if I've ever seen one. Oh, but I mean, when Woodward was in charge, yeah, he had the club in the top 8. I know he was not popular, but and he was slammed as some nobody accountant. But I mean, really, if Solskjaer, Mourinho had a bit more luck in their time as United managers, I mean, we could have been looking at maybe a couple of Premier League titles in Man United favour. Yes, I know Crystal Palace won the FA Cup, and I'm a Derby County supporter, so maybe I could have to consider renaming myself Rams Racing, Rams on Court, to really accurately reflect who I am. Or maybe Crispy Racing, like a packet of potato crisps. Oh dear. Crystal Palace have put me in a world of all sorts of bother last weekend. I'm like, yeah, I think some people might start getting confused by my channel name and content when they realise I'm actually a massive Derby County supporter deep down. And the way things are going, Man United could well be playing Derby County. And I'm not talking about the League Cup and the FA Cup draw, by the way. They could actually be playing league matches against my club. Boy, oh boy, I cannot wait to take all 6 points against Manchester United. It is going to be so much fun. Oh boy, crispy freeze. Oh right, yeah, Spurs have also got minor sponsorship by Ineos, so well, I mean, I suppose, you know, if you want to have any chance of winning, but you might as well spread your money like you're at a raffle draw or something. 2 minutes ago before Q3 begins. I know it's probably more like 70 seconds ago because I'm about 30 seconds behind you all. That is your top 10. That is the 10 cars that will compete in Q3. Leclerc only used 3 sets of tyres. That is impressive by the Monagas driver who was a thorn in my side last weekend at Imola. And hell, even if Derby get thrashed, I don't know, 5-0, 6-0 against United, well, I mean, I never really had high expectations anyway. It is definitely Ferrari's best weekend in 2025 so far, undoubtedly so, but McLaren's still looking very, 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 very quick, very, very sharp. Just a car that is competitive on all tracks on the calendar, and gotta give Albon and Williams some praise here. My goodness me, this is a track that I never thought Williams would have a cash chance of hell of being competitive at, but Albon is coming of age. He is coming of age, that young man. I mean, he's 29 years old, young, I don't know. Albon and Ocon are the first cars to enter the track to begin Q3. Yeah, my own personal screen is about 35 seconds behind the F1 channel, the F1 website, beg your pardon. Alonso is the next car to enter the track. To be honest, I don't think Ocon and Alonso are going to really put that much effort into getting a quick lap this session, because I mean, they're pretty just happy to be here. Don't know. Lawson could surprise us all, because, you know, I thought he would be out in Q1, but turns out RB do have a very swift car around the Principality this weekend. Oh yeah, by the way, tomorrow's Monaco Grand Prix will be a mandatory 2-stop race, and you will be forced to... You have to do 2 mandatory tyre change stops, like, you must come in twice to change your tyres, so... Gonna be a busy race tomorrow for the mechanics, and there's 78 tracks around this 2-mile circuit, so... It's actually, I mean, it might actually be interesting for once, but I have to say, you know, if we do get 2 safety cars, that might ruin it, because I think everyone will just use the safety car to pit straight away. And then thinking about it, like, if we get like a safety car in the first 10 laps, then that's probably going to ruin the 2-stop mandatory strategy by the FIA. Because then, obviously, it'll basically then turn into a race where everyone pits on the safety car, and then, of course, it's more or less everyone probably pitting around the same moment for the second pit stop, like between lap 40 and lap 50. So that'll be boring to watch, I'm afraid. Fingers crossed that we don't get a safety car in the first 10 laps, because that would be really, well, I mean, the thing is, like, under the old regulations of the 1-stop, I mean, everyone pitted on the first 10 laps at Monaco anyway. Well, at least you can laugh at your own misfortune, because honestly, like, I know there's a few Man United fans who are out there smoking copium, trying to remind everyone of the fact that Arsenal are ending the season trophyless, but Arsenal have got Champions League football. And it's pretty much what I would call a normal season for Arsenal to end the year trophyless anyway, because they've only ever had like 3 particularly successful managers in Chapman, Graham, and of course Wenger, so it's not like we're watching anything new, but that does make Arsenal the 6th most recent team out of the Big 6 to win a trophy now, so, because of course their last trophy was 5 years ago in the FA Cup, of course. Chelsea, 2021 Champions League. Man United, 2024 FA Cup. Man City, last year's Premier League. Liverpool, this year's Premier League. And of course, yeah, Tottenham, Europa League champions this year. So, yeah. But as for Man United's finances, that's £100 million black hole that they will suffer because no Champions League football. Jim Radcliffe is probably going to sack more staff, but oh yeah, Mordo is all McLaren and Ferrari, first and second row. Jim Radcliffe is going to carry on cost cutting. I mean, they're probably going to have to start sacking players as well and sell Ganacho and Fernandez off to Saudi Arabia. So, I mean, wow. I mean, what Man United are probably going to be spying players like Joe Bellingham, Chris Rigg from Sunderland, Anthony Patterson, the Middlesbrough goalkeeper, to replace Onana. It's going to be an absolute bloodbath next season for United. And boy, oh boy, I'm going to actually laugh my head off when Leeds probably beat Manchester United. Leeds United. Oh, well, gotta say, I'm not surprised that, yeah, bring your own lunch. Yeah, cost cutting done to the maximum under Mercedes CEO Jim Radcliffe. And of course, both Mercedes went out in Q2, proving that Jim Radcliffe is a miracle worker. He knows he can turn winners into losers within a blink of an eye. Do not let that the most homeless looking billionaire come near your sports team. Verstappen 4th, Albon 6th. I don't know. I'm going to say, even with the Ferrari looking quick, Mercedes still look irresistible. Absolutely irresistible from where they are. Still can't. I mean, Ferrari can't do anything themselves. Ocon 7th. Ocon's actually going quite quickly, I think. 11.385. I mean, he's nearly a second slower than Norris, but that's pretty quick considering he's driving a Haas. The two RBs are 9th and 10th, though, so they'll be pretty cheap off from where they are. And Ocon and Albon did their laps on medium compound, so I don't know what. Is it me or the F1 website is giving a wrong tyre compound? Yeah, every Manchester United fan who's like a teenager, dude, they're only supporting the club because of their parents. Yeah, I will give Zach Brown credit. He has avoided, he has prevented Jim Radcliffe from being able to take up a minority shareholder in McLaren, because I know how good that guy is at talking himself way into buying bits and pieces and assets from sports teams recently. So, although to be fair, I mean, Tottenham fans better be careful themselves because, I mean, he's also got shares in their club, and of course, Nice in France. Things have been going terribly at Nice too. So be careful what you wish for. And we have 3.5 minutes remaining. Only 3 minutes remaining, to be honest, because I am behind you all. Oh yeah, Husky Chocolate cheated everyone there, cheated McLaren of a lot of sponsorship. So yeah, that was a mistake. But well, you know, I mean, sometimes even the best businessman can be hoodwinked. Yeah, I mean, let's be honest, Red Bull are basically Team Max Verstappen at this point. If he leaves the team, they're probably screwed for the next decade or so, like Man United are. And by the way, I'm going to really ram home how bad Man United are, because lots of Manchester United fans, I honestly don't think realise how bad things could be next year. Like, this really could be the start of Armageddon for the boys at Old Trafford. It really could. It really, that loss to Tottenham really was probably, quite possibly, could be the moment where Man United and Tottenham swap souls. Like, Man United played pretty but lost. Tottenham played ugly but won, which is like the opposite of what those two teams have been doing for like the past 3 decades, really, if we're going to be truly honest. Man United went Spursy. Tottenham turned into United. Yeah, but dude, I mean, the problem is though, with no European football, like, who are Man United going to attract? Like, I mean, Jokeres is probably gonna probably go elsewhere. Norris has gone fastest 10.125. He's gone more than a 10 quicker than Charles Leclerc's the pole lap from last season. My God, I mean, Manchester's going to get more blue and blue. Yeah, but back to the F1. I apologise for those of you who are getting annoyed. He's only 1.5 hundredths faster than Piastri. Impressive qualifying lap by Norris. And it's going to be a matter of whether he can actually hold his nerve at the start-finish line at the start of tomorrow's race, and whether he can get those pit stops done well, get the pit strategy right. Because, of course, it'll be a mandatory 2-stop race instead of 1. Although, I mean, truth be told, if we get a safety car in the first 15 laps, that might help Lando out, because obviously everyone will then probably head straight to the pits. Well, look at that. Lawson still struggling to get within 2/10 of his rookie teammate Hadjar. Hadjar's only, it's within 3/10 of Max. And let's not forget, Shaw's got quickest. What? Wow. He's, my God, a 1 minute 10.06. Fantastic lap by the local lad, Charles Leclerc. Pipping both McLarens to pole position with just... He went purple pretty much in the second sector, and I think he went purple in the second. Oh! Norris taken pole position. Norris is on pole for tomorrow's Monaco Grand Prix, folks. An even better lap by Norris. Well, gotta say it, Piastri goes third, Hamilton fourth. Hamilton's been absolutely spanked here. Verstappen, damage limitation in fifth. Hadjar starting sixth in what I think is the best qualifying position of his young F1 career so far. Alonso, Ocon, former Alpine teammates fill out 7th and 8th for Aston and Haas. Lawson and Alpine. Oh, Albon's going to be disappointed there, I'm afraid. Oh yeah, Alonso actually lifted himself from 10th to 7th in the dying minutes of qualifying. So, yeah, let's be serious about Man United, folks. Like, track record. Yeah, track record. But seriously, dude, there are going to be 10 English Premier League teams in Europe next season. Like, yeah, mate. Yeah, mate. Really, United are screwed. Properly screwed. Yeah. I don't know anymore. And, like, we also have to realise that Ruben Amorim is a smart manager, but the players are not really good enough for his 3-4-3 system. Like, they don't have the technique, and they don't have the pace or the physicality to make his system work. So, really, they are so screwed. Maguire, Shaw, Mount need to get lost. Lindelof, Evans are way too old. Madonna, I've said enough about him. He can't get his feet in the right position to make a basic save. Hoyland is a championship player. Ganacho is shambolically overrated. Dallo is all right, but he's not that great. Fernandez is pretty much done in the Premier League. Like, he's been a great player, but I think his legs are gone. Like, I'm being very honest now. Like, there are no more get out of jail cards from Man United. That Europa League final was United's last get out of jail card, and he blew it. I'm not even exaggerating. Like, I'm not even being emotional. Like, I know some people, a couple of people. Yeah, I mean, those three managers did an absolutely amazing job doing what they won. Like, they really did do a stunning job just to win a couple of trophies. But as for Lando Norris, he's got a huge get out of jail card tomorrow because, of course, he's going to be starting a pole position with a track record. And he's got a chance of rescuing his own season, despite my own personal criticisms. And that's going to put a lot of egg on Will F1's face because he declared that Norris wouldn't even make it to Q3. Ridiculous. Absolutely absurd. Take that L. Take that L, Mr. Will F1. Take that massive L. That is ridiculous. That is just pure haterade on steroids. Like, behave. Like, look, I'm not a Lando Norris fan by any stretch of the imagination, but that's just silly, mate. That's just silly. Like, come on, man. That McLaren is quick enough. Like, even if Colapinto and Lawson drove that McLaren, or someone like, I don't know, Bottas or Tsunoda, they would get into Q3 easily. Like, the McLaren have got the fastest car on the grid. Could he become a cult hero? I don't know. Maybe. Well, I mean, Trolli's mod at Monaco. And even Panis mod at Monaco. But of course, the thing is, though, they were driving a Ligier and a Renault, so I mean, it stood out more because they were driving a midfield car. Norris is in a top team car, so it won't stand out as much, I'm afraid. I think if Alex Albon won for Williams, that would be a cult hero victory. Or maybe Hadjar Lawson. I mean, Fernando Alonso is already cult hero of F1, so he doesn't really need to accomplish anything quite outlandish like a shock win at Monaco. Maybe Ocon, if he wins Haas's first ever race in F1. Yeah, but dude, you can't overtake it all. Like, come on. I know it's an iconic track, but you can't really. Overtaking at Monaco is very much a huge difficulty of itself. Even back in like the 1930s and 1950s, it was bang on impossible to slip one down the inside of like Mirabeau or Massenet or Saint-Devote or the well, I mean, they didn't even have the Nouveau chicane back in the 1950s. It was just a straight run down to Tabac from the tunnel down into Tabac. And the tunnel didn't even exist back then either. So, yeah, I mean, it wouldn't really add that much to Alonso's status to F1 if we won it tomorrow in the Aston Martin. I mean, obviously, yeah, I did say that Olivier Panis and Jarno Trulli have won at Monaco for Ligier and Renault. Gonna take that big fat L, Will, for declaring that Norris would get eliminated in Q2. That was pretty silly. That was pretty ridiculous from your part. Like, I know you don't like Lando. I know you've been one of his harshest, biggest critics, but dude, Colapinto would probably get into Q3 in McLaren right now. Like, it's such a quick car. Like not even Lando's gonna struggle that much. Like, I know he has struggled this season, but my God, like, let's be sensible here. Let's be sensible. Yeah, I mean, the reason why, obviously, it was Panis' only win, and it was Ligier's final win in F1 back in 1996. Same for Jarno Trulli in 2004. Winning what was, I think, Renault's first win in F1 since... No. Oh, no, Alonso was the one who took Renault's first win in F1 since the 1980s, I beg your pardon. But, yeah, I mean, but having said that, but Renault had what was then a midfield car for them, and it was their only win of the season since Fernando Alonso failed to win a race that year for Renault. Coulthard for Leclerc would get pole. Well, he was only just over a tenth slower than Norris, so he wasn't that far off. I mean, Kimi Räikkönen won in 2005. Hamilton's won it a few times. Rosberg made it 3 in a row between 2013 and 2015. Vettel's won here a couple of times, I think. 2011 and of course 2017, but he was gifted 2017 though for the championship fight, so that's got a big asterisk to its name. You never know, mate. This could be Norris's weekend. This could be Norris's the weekend Norris actually looks semi-serious again. But any driver could bottle the start tomorrow, so you know, for all we know, you know, Norris is going to get probably the best start of his career. He'll get his pit stop strategy bang on straight, and he's going to put a lot of he could well shut up a lot of haters, including myself tomorrow. So, and say Regara will finally get the last laugh after having obviously had to deal with the news of hearing Luka Modric will be leaving Real Madrid come after the Club World Cup is done and finished. That's actually quite sad news, by the way, because Luka Modric, the best ever Croatian footballer to have existed, taken his country to a World Cup final, won the Champions League numerous times with Real Madrid, what a legend. I actually love the bloke, but at 39 years old, all good things have to come to an end. Yeah, I mean, Albon, I thought Albon would qualify 5th at least, but he's blown it, hasn't he? What a chance he could, what an opportunity Albon had, you know, want to get out qualifying Sainz, who has been absolutely dreadful in qualifying this season. He should have. I'm so disappointed in Alex. I really am. Like, I've actually become an Alex Albon fan in the past 2 or 3 years, but he still does a habit of bottling good chances once in a while, which is probably why he's never going to be like a real true and elite driver. Because, I mean, we already saw it when he was teammates with Max Verstappen that he was never really top, like, elite material, but it's just annoying. Fernando did the same again, but he'll finish 12th. Yeah, absolutely. Albon bottled it. I am actually quite disappointed in him. I've got to criticise him. Yeah, Alonso, I mean, that Aston Martin is a green tractor, as we call it around here in Britain. It's a snowball lorry in disguise, that Aston Martin. Oh, yeah, but, you know, she's very loyal towards Alex Albon, so I'm not going to give her stick, mate. I'm not going to do it, because I know she doesn't really like it if you give her that sort of stick. Yeah. Thank you for 4 likes here at Crystal Racing. 5 people watching. Let's look at the rest of the drivers who got eliminated. Sainz, very, very poor once again. Tsunoda, almost 6 times slower than Max. Hulkenberg with 13th place, a very impressive performance for Sauber. John Deere Racing, yeah, I mean, if Pablo Montoya ever thinks of making his own racing team, he should call it John Deere Racing. Russell and Mercedes. No coincidence that these sort of results can happen when one of your shareholders happens to be named, what's it again? Sir Jim Radcliffe. Yeah, very interesting how everything he touches turns into garbage. No matter how successful they've been before he joined them. Bottas 16th. Bearman will start at the back because he's got a 10th place grid penalty. 18th, Gasly. Stroll was given a 1 place grid penalty, but because obviously Bearman has his 10 place grid penalty, he'll start 19th anyway. But of course, that does mean Gasly will be promoted to 17th, and I think Colapinto will start 18th instead. And of course, Bearman will start 20th. So yeah, I mean, Colapinto, Colapinto's only got a drive because he had 4 good races against Alex Albon at Williams last season, and let's be really honest, Alex Albon was stuck in a really bad run of form. Colapinto is on fraud watch in my box. He's really not good. Like what, 6 tenths slower than Gasly in qualifying? That's pathetic. That is pathetic, especially when you consider Gasly's having a bit of a poor season on his own merits. The sharps are being the knives are being sharpened for you, Colapinto, and especially for some of your absolutely rancid fans who keep giving abuse to Jack Owen and Logan Sargent, despite the fact they've never said anything about Colapinto in their whole lives. So, wow. Argentinian sports fans are an absolute bunch of, I'm not even going to say it, really can take things a bit too far, like the rock throwers in Indonesia, let's just say. Yeah, but Lando Norris' track record, 1 minute 09.954. Impressive stuff, but can he keep it going? Can he get a good start? Can he get the pit stop strategy correct? There's still a lot to anticipate in tomorrow's Monaco Grand Prix, where we will have a mandatory 2-stop rule change just for this race alone, because obviously the lack of overtaking opportunities. I've got to say, Alpine really bottled it. Lawson, I think Lawson actually had a good session. I said he'd be out in Q1, but he absolutely destroyed my expectations. So I think Lawson deserves a bit of a round of applause here at Crystal Racing. Well done, Liam Lawson, for proving me wrong. Hadjar and Ocon did well, indeed they did. Hadjar with a career best start of 6th place. Ocon getting that absolute rubbish horse into the top 10. Oh, jeez. Oh. At Haas, I've got to say, look like they're in a much better position than Alpine. So it turns out to be Ocon has made a great career move getting out of Alpine when he did. I kind of wish Gasly was the one who thought of it first. I honestly wish Gasly when, well, what's his name, Hulkenberg announced his departure to Sauber. I wish it was Gasly who was the one who decided to make the move to Haas, not Ocon, because now look at where Gasly is. Oh no, down in probably starting 17th because of obviously penalties to Stroll and Bearman. And I pray that Colapinto doesn't do something rogue and decide to dive up the inside of his teammate, because I'm just screaming if he does that. Obviously, the inside of turn 1 into Saint-Divot. And by the way, why the hell do commentators now say T1 and T2 instead of turn 1 and turn 2? It's not like saying turn 1 and turn 2 is a mouthful, like saying position 1, position 2, where they say P1 and P2 instead. I'm not sure about that. I really am not sure about Colapinto, mate. I really am not. Like, he had 4 good races last year, and that was it. I don't know, mate. He's got to improve. Otherwise, we could well see Jack Doohan or even Mick Schumacher return to F1 in the next few races. And, I mean, if Colapinto gets turfed out, I think that'll be the last time we see Colapinto in F1. Oh, yeah, David Croft is just annoying, mate. David Croft is just... David Croft makes James Allen look like a good commentator. That's saying something, by the way. Heck, he makes... Heck. I mean, the only commentator I've heard of that is worse than Crofty is probably Jonathan Ledgard, who, of course, was the BBC lead commentator back in 2009 and 10. Okay, that's enough trolling. Say, I mean, yeah, Norris could rescue his reputation tomorrow, but one thing for certain is that whatever Jim Radcliffe touches, it turns into salt and mud and dirt, like we're seeing at Mercedes right now. 14th and 15th for Russell and Antonelli because of car problems. Has he made Mercedes undergo cost-cutting measures? Who knows? Could that have damaged the reliability department inside the engineering room? I don't know. But one thing for certain is that Man United are absolutely... Man United are going to be facing a relegation battle next season. Like, dude, Victor Gyökeres, Benjamin Sesko, Nico Williams are not going to Old Trafford next season. You can wave goodbye to all those players. Zubimendi is probably going to be off to Arsenal. All the big names you can think of, I don't know, probably like all the best defenders right now around the world, young defenders under 23 years old, are probably going to give Man United a skip too. Dude, honest to God, Man United are probably going to have to like start looking at like championship players like Joe Bellingham, Chris Rigg, Anthony Patterson, and maybe go to somewhere like, I don't know, Uzbekistan, Croatia, Venezuela, Costa Rica for their next young talent and buy them for peanuts because honestly, like that's the only way they can generate interest in the club. But Ruben Amorim, I think it's jeez. I mean, honestly, they would probably be better off having like a Sean Dyche or a Gareth Southgate as their manager because their players are not capable of playing any good football, and of course their players are getting paid like 200 grand a week when they really are more. When they would suit being paid like, I don't know, 60 grand a week more because their playing ability is so rubbish. Luke Shaw, Maguire, Lindelof, Evans, I'm looking at you. Onana, Poyland, Ganacho, also not very good. Yeah. Thank you for 5 likes here. Of course, I'm looking at comments. Leclerc is usually fast at Monaco. Wait. I thought you were a Norris fan, weren't you? Oh, yeah, of course. The 2 sparring partners, Alonso and Ocon at Alpine, on the 4th row together. That's an interesting turn of events. I wonder what Ocon has got under his fingers. I'm confused. I mean, I thought Savigoro was a big Norris fan. Hello there, Ruxford. Hello there, Ruxford. I hope you are doing well, because I think I'm presuming that has Chaz ended his stream. I have no idea, but I hope everyone is well regardless. Obviously, commiserations to Ruxford for Southampton getting relegated, but at least Southampton beat Derby County's record. Yeah, so obviously Derby County will keep hold of our lowest points tally in the Premier League for another season. I think, I don't know. Well, it looks like Sayer's got a few good questions to answer now, interestingly enough. Yeah, I mean, Verstappen, I think if Verstappen finishes 5th, like, obviously he'll lose ground in the championship, but realistically, was he ever going to finish ahead of McLaren's or the Ferraris? No. I think Max will just accept his result and he'll move on to Barcelona next weekend. We'll look with a way back. Always good to see someone win a home race. Yeah, I mean, I know Leclerc's had like 2 poles here, and he didn't win. So, and of course, there was also what happened in 2022 when he got Perez beat him to the win, and he had that disastrous pit stop where he ended up finishing 4th because of it. I mean, obviously, I think it would be the first ever time the Monaco home fans would get to see a home win around their track if Leclerc can do it tomorrow. And of course, Olivier Panis, I think, remains the last driver to win outside the top 3 around the Monaco street circuit. Wait, oh, sorry, I'm getting confused. Oh my god. Oh, you're a Middlesbrough fan. Oh my god, I think I muddled you up with someone else. I'm so sorry. My memory is so bad. I'm sorry, Roxford. Oh, right, okay, so yeah. Michael Carrick, I don't know what to say about him. I just well, I mean, Middlesbrough missed out on the playoffs. And well, you sold your best player in the January transfer window to the MLS, so oh dear, it didn't go well, did it? Sheffield United still leading Sunderland in the playoff final. Oh, that's going to be interesting. I mean, Norris needs to win for his championship hope, but of course Leclerc wants to win for his own pride and joy. And the fact that if he wins tomorrow, he will never ever have to sit there and be upset. He can go to his grave knowing that he won his home Grand Prix. Like, even if he never becomes a world champion, at least he knows he won Monaco. Oh, you found a 1995 Premier League sticker annual. That's interesting. Sorry. I apologise for muddling up what your favourite football club is, Roxford. I mean, calling my channel Crystal Racing is now an actual problem because obviously Crystal Palace won the FA Cup, but I'm a Derby County fan, so I could be undertaking yet another name change for my channel because it's really awkward calling myself Crystal. Like, I never knew Crystal Palace would actually become this good. They really are a good team now. Adam Morton, Eze, Medetta. Oh. I mean, they had Elise last season, but he's already left because he's that good. Hamilton subbed to the stewards. Oh, could we be getting a grid penalty? Oh, dearie me. Hamilton's season could be going from bad to atrocious before our very eyes. And for those of you looking in for the scores, yes, that is your top 10. Norris, Leclerc, Piastri, Hamilton. Hamilton under investigation. Verstappen will start 5th, at least. Hadjar, Alonso, Ocon, Lawson, Albon fill out the rest of the top 10. This is the guys outside. Sainz and Tsunoda will be very disappointed to miss out on Q3. Hulkenberg will be delighted to get into to qualify 13th. Mercedes will be devastated to be 14th and 15th as Jim Radcliffe continues to cause chaos and implosions wherever he goes. Bortoleto will start 16th. Gasly will start 17th and Colapinto will start 18th because Bearman will take a 10-place grid penalty and will start at back with Lance Stroll, who would have started 20th, but Bearman's 10-place grid penalty overrides his own grid penalty. Very, very, very interesting stuff. And of course, if you're Manchester United and a Mercedes AMG fanboy, commiserations to you because your club and your favourite racing team is in the dumps. Yep, Ganacho's leaving. Ganacho's rubbish anyway. I never thought he was that good. He just looks like a sprint and cardio merchant, really. But I don't know, Bearman. Oh, I don't know about Bearman. He's been all over the place. I think he's had a couple of decent performances since joining Haas, but I don't think he's quite as talented as some people probably made him out to be. It's disappointing, but Bearman does have a 10-place grid penalty, so I don't think he was that particularly keen on prioritising his setup for qualifying. Yeah, but Man City's players are getting old. De Bruyne's 34, Gundogan's 35, and quite a few others are really old. John Stones in his 30s, Bernardo Silva's 32. I mean, in Man City's case, they have a lot of good players, but they're all very old players who can't run anymore. So, I mean, City will probably still remain an attractive destination for top players because they have Champions League football. So, laugh at City and Arsenal what you want, but they're still going to be in the UCL next season. Yeah, well, I'm only a couple of months off with Kevin De Bruyne. I don't think it makes that much of a difference. He can't really run anymore. He doesn't have the legs or the pace or the stamina anymore, so it's not it's really Man United who have to realise that there's going to be at least 10 teams in the Premier League that are going to be first dips for top players around the world now, so that's going to be a huge problem. And you have to also realise the likes of Brighton, Brentford, Bournemouth, Fulham are pretty good at getting good players for peanuts, because obviously when United join a transfer race, all the clubs that are selling their players always double their asking prices because they know that United, with Glazers and Radcliffe owning the club, can offer more money than anyone, most of the teams, except for maybe City, Arsenal, Liverpool, and maybe AC Milan, Barca, and Real Madrid. And PSG, of course. But yeah, I mean, who will win the race? That's going to be interesting. Can Lando Norris finally end this hoodoo and dominate? Can Leclerc end his home drought and become the first Monegasque to win at Monaco? Can Piastri continue his reign of form and take his 5th win of the season? I mean, it'll be his 5th win in what, 8 races? I mean, if you really hate Crofty, like, just turn your TV off, Will. Just turn it off. Don't listen to Crofty. Did Leclerc? Oh, I didn't. Oh my god, my memory is absolutely awful. Sorry, I'm so sorry, mate. I keep forgetting that. I don't even remember last year's Monaco Grand Prix. It's like I don't know what happened. It's like my memory just can't cover it. Like, did I watch it? I can't even remember what I was doing last year. Did I do a live stream last year? I don't even remember. Like, oh my god, my memory be a bit. Oh yeah, he did win the race. I don't know. It's like a. Oh no, I'm so. Yeah. Well, no one overtook anyone, so it really was not an eventful race at all. Oh my god, this race has been deleted from my memory because it was so boring. It like even more boring than an actual normal race at Monaco. Everyone who qualified in the top 10 finished in the top 10. And it was only Alonso who finished above where he started, along with Bottas. Oh, jeez, look at that. Ricciardo did nothing as per usual. Yeah, could be 2 wins in a row for Leclerc. I beg your pardon. I'm really sorry for my ignorance. Oh, yeah, Perez. Oh, yeah, how could I forget? Magnussen caused absolute carnage between himself, Perez, and Hulkenberg at the start. Oh, yeah, and Ocon collided with Gasly, didn't he? That's the only thing I remember, because as for the battle up front, I totally forgot about it. Like, nothing happened. Like, it really was not interesting. Like, it really was so boring to watch. Like, I just couldn't give a flying toss about what happened at the start of the race. No, what happened for the race win. It was just so... That's why I'm obviously more hyped for the Indy 500, which, of course, yes, let's look at a grid order for the... I do remember what happened at last year's Indy, where, of course, Joseph Newgarden beat Pato O'Ward for the win. That was way more exciting. Proper thrilling race that was. And, of course, Newgarden and Will Powell will be starting 32nd and 33rd because of grid penalties. Look at that. Robert Schwartzman will be starting on the front row as a rookie for Prema alongside two-time winner Takuma Sato and multiple runner-up Pato O'Ward with Scott Dixon behind them, Alex Palou behind them, Felix Rosenquist, Manukas is on the 3rd row, along with Lundgaard and previous winner Ericsson. Oh wow, that is crazy. Scott McLaughlin will start. Israel, that's a weird one, isn't it? Because Robert Schwartzman is Russian, but because of his I don't know, is he like half Jewish or something? Like, oh, that's a timing screen gone. Never mind. Yeah, Magnussen and Perez collided too. I did mention that. That's the only thing I remember, by the way. Like, that's how boring last year's race was. Like, the fact I forgot Leclerc actually won his home race for the first time really does tell you how bored I actually was. Like, I really couldn't give a, like, the fact I remember last year's Indy 500 better is pretty... Oh, yeah, he was born in Tel Aviv. Okay, yeah, thank you. Oh, yeah, Alonso did the 500 in 2017. Missed out in 2019 because he wasn't quick enough. And, of course, he was pretty much off the pace in 2020. Oh, yeah, Bottas stepped in for Alonso in the 2017 Monaco Grand Prix. And he collided with Pascal Wehrlein in the race. Ocon and Gasly crashed into each other, and then that obviously caused friction between Alpine and Ocon. Yes, you are correct, Dane. Nice to see you in the chat. I've not seen you on the chat for a long time. Looks like you are correct. Oh yeah, he's got his name written in Russian and Hebrew. Tel Aviv, yeah. Oh, that's why he's eligible to drive for Israel. Very, very, very lucky day. Oh yeah, Kyle Kaiser qualified him in 2019. He was raised in St. Petersburg in Italy. Yeah, he could have Oh right, so this is your second account, Kiefer. Okay, thank you. Oh yeah, because I know you've been banned from a few channels, so obviously that's why you use you have two accounts. Very clever stuff there. Yeah. I don't know whether they've updated the should have it uploaded by now. Yeah. That's incorrect. Sorry. That's absolutely incorrect. I don't know what the hell, how the hell they uploaded all the wrong names of that. Oh, Sunderland have gone level against Sheffield United in the Championship playoff. Lando Norris is obviously on pole. Does anyone watch Scottish football? Because I don't. Third is a decent result for Skirt, apparently. This was the best we could do. Well, you're in the front row, mate. Still got a chance to win. This will be your grid start tomorrow. The top 10, Norris, Leclerc, Piastri, and Hamilton. Norris starting in front of Piastri, Leclerc in front of Hamilton. Then it's Hamilton's under investigation, just so we know, because he collided with Verstappen in qualifying. So who knows what will happen. Verstappen will start 5th. Hadjar, career best 6th place start. Alonso 7th, Ocon 8th, Lawson 9th, Albon 10th. Yeah. I hope you have a great day yourself, Roxford. Of course, I might do the Indy 500 tomorrow because, yeah. I mean, there's also going to be the DTM race at Lawson Ring and, of course, the BTCC race. I don't know where is it, Snedderton? I've got no idea. There's actually going to be a lot of racing on tomorrow, along with, of course, the final day of the Premier League, but I'm not going to talk about the Premier League, by the way, because there's nothing to really say. I think it's not, I just can't imagine anything exciting happening tomorrow. Let's be honest, I think the Europa League final was, for me, like the real last major football game for the Premier League teams, to be honest. Oh, Chaz is not streaming tomorrow, yeah, because I know not much happens in Monaco, so fair enough. Yeah, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, Roxford, and everyone else. I don't really have much else to say, so thank you here at Crystal Racing. Do all the usual stuff, and I'll see you again next time. Ooh.